in this country and not make them leave. And then we can also talk about what American companies have done just across the border. That's another role that government should be in. We have American companies who have established a factory for dismantling batteries, and they're dumping acid into the land there. And then when somebody finally realized that everybody's getting sick in the area, they just pulled out, and now all those people who were working there don't have jobs. I mean, there's a lot of global economic things that are into a different department in here than me. But anyhow, we need to be more responsible in a lot of ways in our country, supervising our businesses too, who have put in kind of great the border.
We have time for one more question.
I just had a comment to ask how can we, what can we do to help the issue of immigration? I thought one thing wasn't touched on. Basically, in my experience, one of the ways to help is to sort of internalize the struggle, or I think a lot of times there's people that aren't immigrants sort of tend to disconnect themselves from the struggle of the immigrant population. So I think one thing that helps is if you can sort of internalize their struggle, internalize their perspective, what they're going through, to sort of help us to understand why we need to push for changes in policies, changes in the way we treat immigrants that come to our schools, that come to our communities. I think that's one big thing, just internalizing and seeing life sort of there.
Let me tie 2 points to that very valuable point. One is that we need to recognize that this is an expression of our basic value system. This is what we are, and we need to recognize our responsibility to act on that. And the second thing is enlightened self-interest. By involving ourselves in making this experience more effective for immigrants, we are in fact making it better for ourselves as well. The companies that employ the immigrants that you talk about know exactly what they're doing. The national government knows exactly what they're doing, and they allow it because it's necessary in order to allow those companies to prosper. So the legislation that's needed is something that, please understand, the people that are working there are not working there only because they're immigrants, they're because other people won't do those jobs. So the key is to establish an environment in which they can be legal, won't be exploited, and don't feel the pressure to break the laws. In the European common market, you can go across national borders without a passport, and there are a lot of people who are doing exactly the same thing, only they're going from Poland into Germany and other places to work in exactly the same way that it's legal, and therefore there are not the problems that we're talking about. So the question is, how can we establish it in a legal framework that protects the rights of the workers as well as giving them an opportunity to live the life that we want to live too?
One thing, because the individuals who are working, who are here illegally, who are illegally hired, they are hired by companies or other individuals who also have full knowledge of the law and are not paying their matching share of the taxes. So there's fault on both sides. So again, we need to, if we are more welcoming in our legislation, then we don't, and we're not helping people break the law.
There is much more to be said on this issue, and my greatest hope is that everyone will go forth and talk about this more. Thanks to Dr. Pruitt and Dr. Mack for giving us some